Newly minted Lumbee River EMC Stadium in wonderful Pembroke, North Carolina, the site of today's matchup between your UNC Pembroke Braves and the Bearcats of Lander University here on a beautiful, cloudless Wednesday afternoon. Good evening and welcome into the UNCP Sports Network for our wonderful crew, our producer Trevor Williams. I'm Matt Sabatis. We thank you, as always, for joining us. The Braves coming into today a 9-3-1 record, a 4-1-1 record in the Peach Belt Conference. Lander, a little bit of slower year in the Peach Belt Conference, 7-5-0 overall, 3-4-0 in the Peach Belt. And this game should be an exciting one if it's anything like the match between Lees McRae and the Bobcats and the Braves just 2 nights ago. The Braves pressured the Bobcats the entire 90-minute set. Multiple chances, including flurries on goalkeeper Alexis Feely. She turned them all away. It went to double overtime before the Braves were able to put something into the net. The 109th minute, Alexis Pittman crossed it over to Kate Weisner in front of the box for the Braves to pick up the W. Their 9th of the season and one of their last non-conference matchups. In fact, their last non-conference matchup of the year, as the Braves have 3 of their last 4 here on this very pitch. They're getting ready to make a run at the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Will be taking place, starts on Halloween, the quarterfinals. It'll stretch into the early part of November, and the Braves wanting to assert themselves with a good chance here today against the quality Lander team. Some of the Braves to keep an eye out for in this one. Alexis Pittman had multiple chances late in the second half. Last game against Lees McRae, wasn't able to get it in, even had an open net opportunity that she just wasn't able to corral after making her way past the goalkeeper, but she wasn't able to get it. Got that game-winning assist, though, on the cross up top to Kate Weisner. Stacey Scott, someone to keep an eye out for, missed the last game due to injury, but she's back on the field now, and she should be a great key for this Braves team. We're going to get started now. Carly Rochelle at the center stripe, and here we go. Christina Stevenson boots it deep towards the end line, and we're underway. Should be a fun one, and Lander going to take their sweet time with this one. A quick toss right back over the way to Sarah Owen, the keeper for Lander University and the Bearcats. The freshman out of Lake Wales, Florida, and they're just going to set themselves up. It's a calm, cool, crisp afternoon here in Pembroke, North Carolina, and the Braves might be able to use that to their advantage. It was a much windier, foggier, just damper night in general 2 nights ago in that matchup against Lees McRae. This one across on the touchline. The Braves will have the throw in. They're going back towards the byline. Here's Stacey Scott giving a try for it. Back out on the far touchline once again, and the Braves have another throw in. Keeping it slow, still here only in the first minute of today's contest, and we keep going back and forth, back and forth. Now it's headed in Lander's direction out on Stacey Scott. Here's the throw in. Lander takes it, and this is Juliette Vidal, the freshman out of France. 2 French transfers here on this Lander University squadron compared to only the 1 international player for UNCP, Jasmine Senecal Guzman, out of Montreal, Canada. Here's a break on the far side for Lander, but getting there just in time for UNCP is Christina Rolfs. Step in front just outside the box. Braves getting there in time. This is Carly Rochelle stepping it out and trying to clear it away, but met up by Victoria Lang, the junior out of Bedford, New York, and Lander an opportunity to reset the play here. Braves defense doing a good job. Here's Senecal Guzman clearing it away. Up top, Scott off her gut, and she's taking it back. Clears it out towards the near side touchline in the far corner. Picked up, Braves taking it. Kate Weisner scored the game-winning goal and lofts it into the hands of the keeper, Sarah Owen. Owen, a great freshman for this squadron. 10 starts, or this is her 10th start. Her 11th overall game played. Middle of the pack of the Peach Belt Conference in overall save percentage. She was a foot race down the end and tapped out across the touchline, just in favor of Lander. 3rd minute of play here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium, and Bearcats making a decision on who's going to get this throw in. This is going to be Emily Germstead, the sophomore, leading a sister on this team, 3 on the year. And that one off the back line. This should be a goal kick for Gina Ryan. First time she'll get a say in anything going on today. The Peach Belt Conference leader and a multitude of categories: overall shutout, save percentage, goals against average. Back-to-back Peach Belt Conference Goalkeeper of the Week. Didn't have to do much about it against Louise McRae just 2 afternoons ago. And she sets for the goal kick now, and we're underway. Well placed off the top of the head of Chloe Lefranc, one of the other French players on this squadron. Out of bounds on the far touchline. The Braves will have the throw-in. Rolls the defenseman once again, just across the midfield stripe. And back in on it and back out on the far touchline. Braves will get another throw-in. Last time these two teams met, it was a pretty fair game for the Braves. 2-0 victory over at the field in Lander. Braves put on 14 total shots in the first half alone. They'd like to replicate that today, as they had a chance in front of the net. We've still yet to see a shot in this matchup from either side. Stacey Scott clearing it away, coming back from her injury that made her miss the Louise McRae game. Finds Kate Weisner on the near side. Tries to tap it back to Scott, but it's cut off by Lander and cleared out. Now it's Chloe Lefranc breaking up the play, and he's Katie Ryan. Ryan tries to find an opening at the top of the box, but can't get it, and Lander's taking it back the opposite way. In pursuit is Katie Watkins, senior out of Kannapolis, and Lander still retains possession. They're taking it across midfield now, and picked up now by Jasmine Senecal Guzman. It's a back the other way. Lander taking it across to the defenseman. Haley Stewart tries an attempted clearance, can't make the play fully. This one picked up by Kylie Eppel. Eppel going one-on-one. Kate Weisner can't make the play, this time up top now. Here's Sarah Flores, one of the leading goal scorers for this team. Tries to cross it up in front of Gina Ryan, but nobody's home. Good defensive play by Jasmine Senecal Guzman to tie up the front, and leads to the second goal kick of the day for Gina Ryan. Lights already on here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. Not necessary, though. The sun's still, I'd say, about an hour, maybe 2 from setting even. We might not see it set during today's match. Goal kick from Ryan, headed to the far touchline, picked up by Katie Watkins, and just scoots out. This will be a throw-in for Lander. Rolf's trying to go for it, taps it off of a Bearcat, and she'll get the throw-in. Takes it across, looking for Scott, and back out on Lander. Braves get another one. Coming up on 6 minutes gone here in this opening half of play. We're still scoreless, of course. Yet to see a shot on either keeper. Scott trying to make an attempt, can't get a good finger on it, but finds Katie Watkins, who pitches it out to the near side for Katie Ryan. Looks for Weisner, but the pass is intercepted. This time Kylie Eppel, she's taking it across. Trying to find midfield, but Christina Stevenson breaks that one up and has Kate Weisner in front of her. If she tries the pass, she does. Over towards the end line, Weisner trying to get there in time. Attempted cross and hauled out of the air by Sarah Owen. Goalkeeper out of Lake Wales, Florida. High school teammates with the sisters on this team, Hannah and Macy Sinner. We've yet to see either of them, and we most likely won't see Macy in this matchup. She hasn't played this year, but Hannah's been a part of 9 games. She's had 4 starts. Currently not on the pitch, but could make an attempt later on today. There's Victoria Lang. They're trying to get it out of their side of the field. Kayla Walker onto the far sideline now. Alexis Pittman trying to put together a good defensive play. Can't make an attempt. Here's Christina Rolfs tapping it out on the far touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Lander. Lander taking it back across, trying to set something up. Gets it closer towards midfield. Carrie George with an attempt. Packs it back out to Victoria Lang, who clears it inside. This time Kylie Eppel again with the head. Back out up top, broken up. That's Christina Stevenson, but right back into the hands of Sarah Flores. Flores finds an opening. In pursuit is Rolfs. A little tapper back away from Gina Ryan. And the Braves escape. 7:25 through in this first half, and it should be a corner. Gina Ryan, a heck of a play, and shows why she's the reigning Peach Belt Conference Goalkeeper of the Week. 2 weeks in a row, the sophomore out of Cape Carteret, North Carolina. It's Kayla Walker, third year as a starter for this senior out of Lexington, South Carolina. Goal kick number 63 on the year for the Bearcats. Hauls it in low, tapped up high by the Braves. They look to clear. In pursuit on it is Stacy Scott, has an attempt and hits it out near the near side touchline. Braves escape, but it'll be a throw-in for Lander. Here's Kylie Epple, a freshman out of Lake Mary, Florida. Toss on the near side, that's fine for Sarah Flores. Kate Weisner clears it away. Stacy Scott in pursuit to try and break that one up. Now Carly Rochelle will be the hero if she can. Victoria Lang bouncing it around across the way. Kylie Epple finds her way to Juliette Vidal. Stutter step from Brennan McCarthy. Now back on the far side to Kylie Epple. Vidal once again. One-on-one with Stacy Scott. No. Back out up top to Victoria Lang. They take it across to the far side, and it's broken up. Christina Rolfs makes it wide open for Stacy Scott. It's a 1-on-2. She can take the goalkeeper. One-timer picked up by Sarah Owen. About 10 minutes gone coming up here in this first half, making only 9 as a matter of fact, and first shot of the day for the Braves. Good-looking attempt from Scott, but Sarah Owen clears it away. The freshman in net and the sophomore in net from each side. We'll see who comes out on top. On paper, you think it's going to be the sophomore. Here's a clear from her to her sister Katie, but nope, Kate Weisner picks it up over the top of Katie's head. And Ryan, number 2, clears it out. Pop down on top, Chloe Lefranc, the freshman from France. On to the near side, finds George. George crossing up herself. Hits it back on the near side for Lefranc. Met up by Christina Stevenson, or no, Jasmine Senecal Guzman. Back to the midline. Brendan McCarthy on the far side. Nearly tapped out on the far side touchline, but the Bearcats hold it in and they take it up close. Broken up by Senecal Guzman, and here's Christina Stevenson. Loses it. Top of the box, Carrie George. Trying to go one-on-one. And a whistle as Carly Rochelle broke it up, and we've got a foul. Should be a free kick incoming for Lander. 10.5 gone here in this first half. And this will be Kayla Walker with the attempted free kick. Gina Ryan set, the Braves are set. Here's Kayla Walker, the senior, on its way. Over top, Ryan watches it sail over to the right. Good wide for the Braves. Wind could have had a factor, but not too much in that direction. It's mostly blowing into Gina Ryan's back as she sets for the goal kick now. And she heaves it. Attempted header by Stevenson. Can't make contact. Picked up, though, by Carly Rochelle. Back into the hands of Lander. Taking it across the midfield stripe, Kayla Walker finds an opening on the far side. That's once again Carrie George. Lander really trying to set up a play as they keep relaying it back to Kayla Walker, and Carly Rochelle breaks it up. On to the near side touchline, there'll be a throw in from Kylie Epple. See the freshman out of Lake Mary, Florida there. Taking it on the near side for Sarah Flores. Keep an eye out for her. She's been crucial in the past 3 game winners for Lander. She clears that one out on the near side touchline after the attempted clearance from Katie Ryan. Ryan heaves it in on the throw. Tries to find Stacy Scott, but can't. Picked up by Christina Stevenson. Back to Ryan. Keeps it in, and it's Carly Rochelle. Rochelle trying to go one-on-one. Can't get a handle on Chloe Lefranc. And Lander takes it away. Here's Sarah Flores, broken up by Guzman, but back into the hands of the Bearcats. Katie Ryan getting in there to break it up, and a great defensive play from the sophomore. Sarah Flores goes to the corner. It's a little high. Braves catch another break there as the Ryan sisters were able to push that one just out of the box. And we remain scoreless on the second shot from Lander. .13th minute of play here in the first half. Ryan set for another goal kick, her 4th of the day. Booms it. On the far side, almost headed by Stevenson. A lot of contact and a whistle. Pretty clear whistle there. We were hoping for it. At least the fans were here in the stands at Lumbee River EMC, and the Braves will have the free kick. This will be the second of 2 Ryan sisters. Moves it on the far side to Christina Rolfs. This will be the first time in a while that the Braves have been in Lander territory on the side of the pitch. On the far side, it's Katie Watkins trying to find an opening. Stacy Scott can't get there. Now it's a foot race with Kate Weisner. On the far side touchline, and this will be a throw-in for Lander. Katie Ryan tries to break it up, can't get there in time. Chloe LaFranc passes it back, able to almost clear it out. Headed in by Ryan, headed by Stacy Scott. Here's an attempt by Carly Rochelle, and a good sliding stop from Sarah Owen, the keeper. Save percentage of 78 this year. That's, though, nearly 10% lower than Peach Belt leader Gina Ryan. As we've said, Gina leads the Peach Belt Conference in just a lot of the conceivably good stats when it comes to keepers. Leads in goals against average with .56 as Seneca Guzman clears this one away for Alexis Pittman. She leads in overall save percentage, leads in shutouts. Foot race on the far side touchline, and a great athletic play as the Braves are trying to make an attempt at it. Haley Stewart can't break up this one, and an attempted clearance up the middle. The cross, a push on Katie Ryan from Sarah Flores, no whistle, and Braves are able to get it out of the box. Pushing it back in is Lander, and that one heads out to the far side touchline. Braves will get the throw in. There's that rowdy fan section always making an appearance here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. Always love to have them out. Braves could really use a great throw in here from Christina Rolfs, as they haven't been able to put much of the pressure on as this half continues. They do have 2 shots, but haven't spent much time on this half of the field. Here's exactly why. Lander clears it out once again. Kylie Eppel tried to find Rolfs, but it took a hard bounce. Katie Watkins now nearly loses the handle, gets it away just in time. Alexis Pittman trying to race for it. Has a look. Stacy Scott with Pittman down, and we've got a whistle. Gonna be a foul on the Braves. Officials coming out now. Looks like they're talking about towards Alexis Pittman. Clock stopped for this one. Still in the 16th minute of play. Either way, it's going to be a free kick for Lander. Bearcats coming in today, a 3-4 record in the Peach Belt Conference. That's good for 7th, right behind Georgia College and Young Harris, before you see your UNCP Braves in 4th. Lander with their 3-4 record, 9 points in the PBC. Braves 4-1-1 with 13 points, including that one draw with the number 5 team in the country, Flagler. That was one of the better draws that the Braves could have hoped for in this season's schedule. Far side throw in for the Bearcats, headed by Rolfs. And here's Carly Rochelle making an attempt at it. Can't get there in time as Kayla Walker taps it away. Good stop on that pass from Katie Watkins. Rochelle clears it up. Stacy Scott has an opening. She's on sides. One-timer. Oh, batted away. Beautiful stop from Kylie Eppel, and there's a Bearcat down. It's Kayla Walker. That'll be a hard one for her. She's a crucial defensive man on this squad. She's up now. No clock stoppage. I'll let Sarah Owen take the kick, as Kayla Walker probably just had the wind knocked out of her on that one. 17th minute of play here at Lumbee River EMC. Here's Owen. It's a low one. Carly Rochelle nearly got to it, but a nice header from Chloe LaFranc, get it out of her hands, and Alexis Pittman trying to pass to Stacy Scott. Play broken up, though, into the hands of Juliette Vidal. Puts on the brakes, finds an opening back on the far side. Now Alexis Pittman trying to go one-on-one. Nearly pulls the ball away, but Kayla Walker's able to get it out of the scrum. Up against Stacy Scott, Carly Rochelle tries to break it up. Headed to the far touchline, and a lot of contact near the scores table. Which way is this one going? Towards Lander. In the throw-in, right to Sarah Flores. They're not wasting any time, these Bearcats. Stutter step, trying to catch Katie Watkins off guard. She doesn't bite. Vidal once again. Now Kayla Walker in the backfield. Stacy Scott not applying too much pressure. Remember, she's coming off of an injury 2 games ago against Lenore Rhines. Sat out the Lees McRae game. So she could be taking it mildly easily. She has had a couple of openings on net. Good clearance here from Katie Watkins. Walker taps it right back in, though. Vidal picks it up. And a high pass attempted for Sarah Flores. A header up top, taken away. That's Haley Stewart. One-on-one, Rolfs Flores. Flores goes down, and a whistle. It's another foul for the Braves here in the 19th minute of play. It's be a free kick for Kayla Walker. Walker setting up. She'll have a lot of traffic in front of her. And a hard angle towards the net. Ryan is set. Here's the kick. And off the mark. Too far to the left side. So another goal kick incoming from Gina Ryan. She hasn't had to do much. No saves on what was now the 3rd shot of the day for Lander. Gets it off to her sister on the near side touchline. Looks for Kate Weisner, and the pass is intercepted. Hannah Martin taking it back now to Kylie Eppel, who stole that pass. Broken up by Katie Ryan. Heck of a job against Lees McRae the other day. She made the job much easier on her sister, breaking up multiple breakaway attempts. Looking for the cross. Lander can't get a chance at it. Carrie George. Looking up top, a one-timer from Victoria Lang is much too weak. Katie Ryan able to make the play. Or Gina Ryan. And that's the issue with Twins. Coming up on 20 minutes gone here in the first half of play. Clearing the midline with the goal kick from Gina, but Bearcats able to bring it right back into play. Opportunity here for Lander, but Hannah Martin just doesn't have the speed, and Gina will give it another go. She was in net the last time these two teams met last year. Had her 5th career shutout in that 2-0 victory. A trip as Pittman goes down alongside Brennan McCarthy. No whistle as Kate Weisner doesn't have the jets to put it up against Sarah Owen. Everyone's up, everyone's healthy, and we're back underway. On the far side, Emily Germstead trying to find an opening. Gets to Kayla Walker, who clears it away from Stacy Scott, but intercepted by Carly Rochelle. On the far side, here's Vidal. Attempting at it is Katie Watkins, and nearly broken up on the far side by Haley Stewart. Stacy Scott trying to get in there, wasn't able to. And free kick incoming for the Braves. 22nd minute here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. Thanks to our great crew. Our producer Trevor Williams. This is Matt Sabatis with you. Here on the UNCP Sports Network, Braves trying to extend their 7-game unbeaten streak. Katie Ryan can't get it. Broken away. This one a header from Jasmine Senecal Guzman off the attempted clearance by Sarah Flores, and Kayla Walker can't get anything there, and almost hangs her head in despair after that one. Taking it away is Chloe LaFranc. Finds on the near side Carrie George. George one-on-one with Ryan, 18 against 18. Coming in on it is Carly Rochelle. Doesn't have the speed to get there. Christina Stevenson doesn't either, but a good clear from Katie Watkins. Finds Kate Weisner, who takes it across the other side. Alexis Pittman will have to go in pursuit for the far side touchline. Saves it from going out of bounds. And she'll take it one time, trying to find Stacy Scott, but Scott can't get there. Brennan McCarthy breaks up the pass. Tries to get it back out, but Pittman heads it away. We're pinballing around now. The Braves aren't able to keep it in, though. Sarah Flores picks it up off of the clearance, and this could be a chance for Lander. Taps it back out, though. Here's Vidal. Taking it on the far side, touch, looks for Flores once again, almost a trip from Christina Rolfs, but doesn't get anything. Flores passes it back out up top, this time to Chloe LaFranc onto the near side for Carrie George. One-on-one, it's a foot race between Kylie Eppel and Kate Weisner. They're going against it towards the end line. Off of Weisner, it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick on the near side for Lander. We'll have to wait a little bit. Kayla Walker, the usual corner for the Lander Bearcats, and she was darn near the midline. Walker, the senior out of Lexington, her third year as a starter for these Bearcats, fourth year on the team. She's out there with Carrie George. As the ball's set, 3 in goal for the Braves alongside Gina Ryan. Here's Walker. Low one, looking for the header, little low, and cross back in front, cleared away by the Braves. Carly Rochelle makes the play, but kept in by Lander. A high arcing kick picked up by Katie Ryan from Kylie Eppel. Said Katie again. It's Gina, folks. It's Gina. There's Gina and there's Katie. That one's Gina there. Goal kick deep, and Carly Rochelle isn't able to get a handle on it. Kate Weisner, though, able to save it for Christina Stevenson. Out to Alexis Pittman, a little contact. Pittman escapes and is able to take it back. Had some trouble making those turnarounds last game against Lees McRae, missing an opening attempt, but Stacy Scott can't get the cross in. Heads across the end line. This will be a goal kick. Over halfway gone in this first half. Still scoreless, only 2 shots on goal from the Braves, 3 shots from Lander and the Bearcats. Sarah Owens had to make 1 save. Gina Ryan hasn't really been challenged this game. Same could be said about the game against Lees McRae as well as the game against Lenore Ryan. Braves defense has been doing just that good. Cleared away by Christina Rolfs. Vidal picks it up on the far side touchline, able to keep it in as Alexis Pittman is trying to give her a run for her money. Up towards midfield, Carrie George, broken up by Kate Weisner. She had the game-winning goal just 2 nights ago. Can she put one in now? No. Broken up, and a good one by the defenseman, Kayla Walker. Final 20 minutes of play here in the first half. Quick roll out onto the near side for Kylie Eppel, and Lander might want to take their time. The Braves have been putting some offensive pressure on, and here's why. An interception by Carly Rochelle. As Kate Weisner to her left, tries the stutter step, gets it away, and Stacy Scott can't get there. Wasn't prepared for it. Katie Watkins in front of Vidal. They tap it back out. Alexis Pittman in pursuit, back to Vidal. Far side touchline, and headed into the area of Sarah Flores. Braves bring it back in, though. Able to break up the play. Carly Rochelle making an attempt at it, but tapped away, picked up on the far side, that time by Emily Germstead. Sarah Flores once again. Little trip from Carrie George. She holds on and didn't have much pressure on her. This one out of the near side. It's Brennan McCarthy for Flores again. An opening in the cross. On sides is Kylie Eppel, but a great defensive play from Jasmine Cynical Guzman. Some contact, no whistle. The Braves get it away. Stacy Scott has it all alone across the midline. She's going one-on-one right now with Brennan McCarthy. Loses her footing almost and goes to the end line. Foot race between the goalkeeper and Alexis Pittman, and Sarah Owen gets there in time. Braves are starting to put the offensive pressure on, but haven't gotten one to find a proper opening yet. Flores taking it off the goal kick. This is Christina Rolfs able to clear it away for the Braves. Tries to get it to Alexis Pittman. Stutter steps her defender, and she's taking it. Brennan McCarthy had nothing. Here's Pittman. Tries to juke Germstead. Germstead takes it out to the far side touchline and hits it off of Pittman towards the back line, so it will be another goal kick. Substitution coming in now for the Braves. It's Riley Searing, the true freshman out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. She's taken off Stacy Scott, as we've said. Scott coming off an injury she sustained against Lenore Ryan 2 matches ago. Sat out the last match against Lees McRae. She could have been quite useful. maybe to keep that game from going to double overtime. Either way, the Braves were able to pick up the victory this past Monday evening. Her friend, Christina Stevenson, taking off that goal kick, and Braves are going to try and make it a chance here. Riley Searing, fresh off the check-in, and it's off the outside touchline. Be a throw-in for Lander with just over 17 minutes left to go in this first half. Picked up by Vidal on the throw-in. Searing trying to make a defensive attempt at it, and cleared away. Sarah Flores the intended, but picked up for the Braves on the far side, that time by Haley Stewart. Can't set up any offense, though. Victoria Lang hauls it away and gets it to Vidal. Vidal, stutter steps past Riley Searing. And gets it back on the near side for Carrie George. Keeping the passes wide. Kylie Eppel now. Back up top for Kayla Walker. Walker going one-on-one with Carly Rochelle. Can't make a play, and this is Victoria Lang again. Takes it across. Far on the near side. It'll head out on the touchline, and Katie Ryan will have the throw in. She was looking for Carrie George, the senior. But instead, it'll be Ryan, the sophomore, throwing it in. Soft header from Kate Weisner. Isn't able to maintain control, though. This is Kylie Eppel. And the defenseman will try and set up another play, keeping the Braves spread a little thin. Katie Ryan able to settle it back in on the clearance. Carly Rochelle, we've got some head game going right now, and a little push off from Alexis Pittman leads to a foul as she went against Brendan McCarthy on that one. It'll be a free kick, and Kayla Walker takes it immediately. I think the official said, no, you gotta wait. Senior getting a little antsy out there, and understandably so. We've got a pretty good back and forth game going on. Still scoreless here with coming up on 30 minutes gone in this first half. Walker finally set and gets it away again. Onto the near side, headed by Cynical Guzman. Carly Rochelle takes it to Kate Weisner on the near side. Going one-on-one. Alexis Pittman has an opening. She's onside, but it's a foot race between her and Brendan McCarthy. Tries to cross, and it's out on the end line. This will be a corner kick for the Braves and a fantastic opportunity. This will be their first of the day as Christina Stevenson is headed to the corner. Been her and Christina Rolfe sharing the corner kicks this season, and who will be more successful? It'll be the first attempt for Stevenson. Up high, looking for it. Up top, just high from Cynical Guzman. Closest chance the Braves have had all day with just 30 minutes passed in this first half, and Jasmine Cynical Guzman could have netted her first of the year. It'll be a goal kick regardless for Sarah Owen. And the freshman gets it away. Rochelle and Ryan go for it. Headed by Watkins, though. Lander takes it far side. It's Emily Germstead. Germstead keeping it herself. Tries to find Vidal. Gets it to her. And she's going one-on-one with Stevenson. Back over. Great moves across to Sarah Flores. Top of the box. And Gina Ryan squares herself up perfectly for that one. First real save of the day for the Braves keeper, and we're still sitting even here. Little low one, might have gotten the front part of her foot, but Kate Weisner is able to clear it away as Alexis Pittman is trying to go one-on-one with Kayla Walker. Walker wants no part of that and heads it towards the corner. This should be a goal kick for the Braves. Looks like it might have gone out at the end line. It did. Good break for the Braves on this one. Christina Stevenson will have another chance. That last goal kick, Cynical Guzman just had to get it headed a little lower. I'd say about a foot at most. Attempt number 2 for the Braves. Stevenson set to go. And here we go. It's a little high. Picked up by the Braves, unable to get it in. Pittman goes for the side, and it's just tapped out on the far side on a good defensive stop from Lander. Emily Germstead was there in time. Carly Rochelle, the closest attempt at that one for UNCP, and we'll stay scoreless here in minute number 33. Lander trying to clear it. Braves keep it in for just a second before Kayla Walker gets it away. On the near side, it's Vidal trying to keep it against Carly Rochelle. Vidal doesn't want to hold on to it. Instead, they'll clear it out to Sarah Flores, headed by Katie Ryan, and out on the far touchline. Throw in for Lander, just past the midfield stripe. Braves make a good attempt at it, but Lander will hold on. Tapped out of bounds by Riley Searing. Another throw in. Braves getting a handle on it on the near side. Katie Ryan, an attempt, and she clears it away. Good play from the sophomore. On the far side, Kylie Eppel gets it back in for Lander. Carrie George tries to go up top with it, but quickly picked up by Christina Rolfs. Headed away, picked up by Victoria Lang. Onto the far side now, just overhead of Emily Germstead, and out on the far touchline. Braves will have the throw in. Here's Rolfs once again. Good throw, just a little shy for Alexis Pittman, though. It's another throw in for the Braves. They catch a break. So Rolfs will try again from about 50 feet closer. Goes farther with it for Carly Rochelle this time. One-on-one with Kayla Walker, and it's out on the far touchline. Braves will have another throw in. Christina Rolfs getting work now. Goes forward at the end line. Braves trying to pull off the corner, and they're not able to do so. Riley Searing was trying to make a game at it, but not able to make the play. It'll be a goal kick for Sarah Owen. Five shots to 4 in favor of the Braves as this game reaches its final 10 minutes of the first half, but closest we've probably seen would be the header from Jasmine Senecal Guzman in the first corner kick of the day for UNCP. Pittman pulls it in from the goal kick, tries to make an opening on the far side for Riley Searing, but it'll head out to the far end line, and we'll do it again. Minute number 36 of this first half, we're still scoreless. As Sarah Owen sets back up now. Goal kick plenty high and tapped away on the near side by Christina Stevenson. Picked up by Kate Weisner, had the game-winning goal 2 nights ago. The Catawba transfer takes it out to the far touchline, and it'll be a throw-in for Lander, something they desperately need right now. Rays have been putting the pressure on in these, I'd say, past 2 or so minutes of real time, and getting in on it is Riley Searing off the throw. 2-on-1 against Vidal with Alexis Pittman, but Vidal is able to escape the pressure. Searing back in it. Back to Vidal. Carly Rochelle can't get there. Vidal escapes with a stutter step. Pittman turning on the Jets, doesn't get there in time, and Kayla Walker now could clear it. Instead goes up top to Victoria Lang. Cleared away now. Christina Rolfs heads it back into Lander's side of the field. And instead finds on the far side, that's Haley Stewart. We're going back and forth across this midfield stripe now. An opportunity for Lander here on the far side. That's Emily Germstead. Team's leading assister finds Sarah Flores, leading scorer. Puts on the brakes, hauls it around to the far side touchline. Christina Rolfs making an attempt at it. And we've got just one out of bounds. Advantage went in favor of Lander, but they got the throw in anyway. The Braves trying to make a stop at it here. Small chance up front, and here's a setup right into the hands of Gina Ryan. Victoria Lang, the midfielder out of Bedford, New York, making an attempt at it for shot number 5 from Lander. Great goal kick from the sophomore keeper. Pittman can't get to it, though, and it's back into the hands of Vidal. Vidal taking it far side. Sarah Flores and Christina Rolfs. Rolfs has been doing a phenomenal job putting the pressure against this senior forward for Lander. And there's a whistle as Victoria Lang hits the deck. It'll be a free kick for the Braves. Tried to take out Alexis Pittman, but the official was having none of it. The Braves will get an opportunity here with 7.5 left to go here in this first half of play. The sophomore Ryan twin, the free kick. Attempted header from Stevenson doesn't go. Kate Weisner sails it wide. Another goal kick incoming from Sarah Owen. Already 6 shots for the Braves today, and Sarah Owen isn't really used to seeing too many. Last game against Young Harris, in which Lander lost 1-0, she saw 10 shots. She saved 9 of them. And that's only the 4th game this year in which Owen has seen double-digit shots. Her defense in front of her has usually been good, but this Braves offense is putting together some good pressure on the far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats. Victoria Lang headed to the bench. Now Lauren Schuba onto the field for Lander. Had a phenomenal goal last year from about 50 yards out. Nearly midfield, in which he was able to put it in. She's a heck of a player, only a sophomore out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Brave signal for the foul there. This will be a free kick. Minute number 40 now, this scoreless first half. Stutter step and a quick kick on the near side for the sophomore Schuba. She takes it back to the near side touchline now. Don't see it on this side of the field very often in this game. Kylie Eppel back to the far side with Carrie George. Eppel for Sarah Flores. They're moving it around. Chloe LaFranc, the French transfer. And they go back up top for Schuba. One-touch pass and nearly cleared away. The Braves aren't able to get it entirely. Alexis Pittman trying to make an attempt at it. She does. Great play from the senior, or rather the true freshman. Gets it to Riley Searing, far side touchline, headed to the end line. Trying to make a play at it, keep it in bounds, and just heads out off of Searing. This will be a goal kick with coming up on 5 minutes left in this first half. Here's Owen. Short one, nearly picked up by Rochelle, but tapped away and brought back in from Seneca Guzman. Headed up from Katie Watkins, and there's a fight for it now. Riley Searing can't get to it. It's cleared back away. And the Braves now have a 3-on-2 advantage to clear this one out. Picked up on the far side from Haley Stewart. Riley Searing tries to find Alexis Pittman. She's on sides, but does not have the speed to go one-on-one with Brennan McCarthy here. Tapped out to the far end line. This will be a goal kick for the Braves, and Christina Stevenson headed to that far side corner with 4:19 left to go in this first half. Jillian Robson into the game now, the junior out of Huntersville, North Carolina. As Stevenson heads the corner quite far, Robinson can't get it. And it's just far behind the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Lander. Under 4 minutes to play in this first half. Here's the keeper, Owen. From the near side corner, gets it out, looking nearly found by Jillian Robson. She was looking for Carrie George, and George is able to pick it up. Taps it back to Kylie Eppel, and a hard pass up top for what should have been Sarah Flores. Seneca Guzman tries to clear it away, but it's out on the near side touchline off of the body of Hannah Martin. This will be a throw-in for Katie Ryan, and the Braves will have a rough time to try and clear this one out. Carly Rochelle on the near side touchline and tries to take it away and bumps it just out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Kayla Walker. Or no, Walker. We'll give it to Kylie Eppel. Eppel, the true freshman defensiveman out of Lake Mary, Florida. About a half hour outside Orlando. Eppel again, but nope. Picked up by Katie Watkins. Watkins finds Rochelle. Rochelle will soft tap her up the front, but Kylie Epple's there. Alexis Pittman hits the deck. We've got a whistle. Pittman holding her side slightly. She's up and moving, though. This will be a free kick on the foul for the Braves. Closest free kick of the day for Katie Ryan, and could be the best chance the Braves will get with just over 2 minutes left to go in this half. Here she comes. High boot, shallow boot. Kneed by Pittman. Nearly cleared away as Sarah Owen hit the deck. Kayla Walker saves the day for Lander. 3-on-1, but Sarah Flores is going in a foot race. There's some contact. Flores has 1-on-1 right into the chest of Ryan. Heads up play from both sides, but the sophomore was the better of the two. Cleared away by Gina. Minute 44 left to go in this first half. We're still scoreless. 6 shots in each. That's the third save of the day for the sophomore goalkeeper. Out to the near side, it's Carrie George back out up top, finding Shuba. Looks for Kylie Epple, but skirts it by her just a little bit. Epple saves it from the touchline. Fakes out Robinson, but Cynical Guzman is there to clear it away. Finds Shuba again. Pittman trying to turn on the speed, roll on the ball, doesn't give her a good opportunity. Christina Rolfs goes to clear it away. Pittman getting there, Brave on the ground. That's Kate Weisner. Pittman in a foot race. On the far side, looking for the cross, stops at the end line, pulls it back, fakes up her defender, goes up for Carly Rochelle, but Rochelle wasn't there in time, just cleared away by Vidal and Lander. 53 seconds left to go in this half. Right on target and picked up by Sarah Owen. 7th shot of the day for the Braves. Final 40 seconds of this first half. Nobody can make contact on that one. It's finally picked up on the far side by Hannah Martin, and taking it across is Chloe Lafranc. Freshman from France finds Flores on the far side, looking top of the box. In pursuit is Stevenson, and bounced off the shoulder of Katie Ryan, it seems. The Braves are trying to clear it away, and finally Katie Watkins makes a great play at it. Kate Weisner can't get there in time, and just taps it out on the far side touchline. Seems to be Lander won't make too much of an attempt at it, though, as we've got our seconds winding down. 4 now to go. 3, 2, 1, and the Braves will go into half scoreless. 7 shots for the Braves, 3 saves for the sophomore keeper Gina Ryan. Only 6 shots for Lander. And the Braves will try and make an attempt at it in the second half. Until then, we'll take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Give you some halftime stats right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
When it comes to saving money,
What?
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
This is so humiliating.
Be the boss
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap. You were saying.
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieve a lot of the financial burden.
as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Back on the UNCP Sports Network for our wonderful crew, our producer Trevor Williams. I'm Matt Sabatis, and we'd like to thank you, as always, for joining us on this fine afternoon. We're scoreless through one half of play here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium between the Braves and the Bearcats of Lander University. Some of the leading stats out of that first half. Kate Weisner led the way in shots for the Braves, 3 total. Only 1 on goal in her 45 minutes. Carly Rochelle behind her with 2 shots. She was tagged for a single foul, though. Stacy Scott is the only other Brave to have a shot on goal, but as we mentioned, she's coming off of injury, one that she sustained in the game against Lenore Ryan and the Bears, sat out in the game against Lees McRae. She's only played 27 minutes in today's contest. You can understand that head coach Lars Anderson probably has her on some minute allowance throughout today's matchup, especially with some tougher opponents coming up as the season progresses for the Braves. Lander, as we mentioned, not one of the better teams in the Peach Belt Conference, only a 3-4 record, and the Braves will have North Georgia immediately following this game on October 21st. That is one of the 3 teams above the Braves in the conference standings. North Georgia only 5-2 in the conference season, 8-3-2 overall. After that, they'll have USC Aiken and Young Harris, 2 teams that are below them in the conference standings. Other than that, Jasmine Sinico Guzman is the only other Brave to have a shot, and wasn't on goal either in her 45 minutes, but she's done a heck of a job defensively. Gina Ryan hasn't had to do much, but she's definitely getting a little more work than she did on Monday against Lees McRae. 3 saves for the sophomore keeper, and she's doing a pretty okay job. Sarah Flores, one of the players we wanted to highlight in our pregame show. She's doing a pretty good job herself for the Lander University Bearcats. 3 total shots, 2 of them on goal, led to 2 of the Ryan saves in her 45 minutes of play. Kayla Walker, the defenseman, she's been a key player in this matchup as well. She has 2 total shots in her 45 minutes. And Victoria Lang, the midfielder, with a single shot. It was on goal. The only other Lander players with conceivable stats, Kylie Epple with a foul alongside Hannah Martin's lone foul. So it's been a close game. It's been back and forth, but nothing really much to say in favor of the goalkeepers from either side. So we'll have to see if that changes as the second half progresses, but we've got some time before we get to that mark. We'll step aside for right now. We'll come back in just a few minutes right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools. that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me. The day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
When it comes to saving money,
What?
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
This is so humiliating.
Be the boss.
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap.
You were saying?
And make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath.
He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Back at Lumbee River EMC Stadium for half number 2 between your UNC Pembroke Braves and the Lander University Bearcats. Matt Sabatis here with you. And thanks to our wonderful crew, our producer Trevor Williams, we thank you as always for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening. We're scoreless through 1. The Braves could potentially head to their third overtime match in 4 matches. They went to overtime, double overtime against Flagler just 3 matches ago, as a matter of fact, last week. Came to a 2-2 draw, and then last game against Lees McRae, the thrilling 109th minute goal from Kate Weisner in the second overtime for the Braves to pick up the victory. And it'd probably be something they'd like to avoid in today's match, but you never know. We still have 45 minutes left to play to see if that happens. Either way, we've swapped sides and we're ready to go. It'll be Antonella Monreal, the transfer junior out of Barry University. This will be the first time she's touched the ball all day. She'll take it from the midfield strike. Our officials waiting to sync their watches, and we're underway here in the second half of play. Scoreless through 1. The Braves were able to put 7 shots on. Lander only 6, and Gina Ryan was able to make 3 saves out of those 6 shots. We're still scoreless as the Braves tap one out on the far side touchline and inbound from Lander. Putting the pressure on early, but Katie Ryan able to clear it away back out off the touchline. Lander looking to keep the tempo up here at the start of the second half. They definitely slowed it down as the first half progressed. Maybe they were getting tired, maybe not. Could just be a tactic. All conjecture yet to be seen. Katie Watkins clears it away and once again heads out of bounds on the far side touchline. Another throw in for Lander. Stacy Scott, after only playing 27 minutes in the first half, makes a small veiled attempt at it, but taps it right into the feet of Sarah Owen, who clears it back. Scott and Pittman the only one on this side of the field right now. Here's a slow roller picked up by Christina Stevenson, trying to take it back across the midfield stripe, but she's met by two Bearcats and gets the ball stripped away from her. Onto the far side now. This is Chloe LaFranc. Splits the defenders on the near side, but Jasmine Senecal Guzman is there to intercept the pass, and an attempted clearance off of LaFranc out to the far side touch. It'll be a throw in for the Braves here in minute number 47. Throw in from one of the two Ryan sisters, and there is a Bearcat down on the field, a low get up from Kylie Eppel, and as soon as the whistle is blown to stop play and finally stop the clock, the Braves will see what's going on as Kylie Eppel is being attended to now, and she was face down once that contact was made between her and I believe it was Alexis Pittman, actually no, Stacy Scott. But as soon as the whistle was blown, she popped her head right back up, so hopefully she's all right. She's on her feet now. They didn't even bring out the athletic training staff. But the official wanted to be better safe than sorry on that one. Eppel up and moving, and I guess she'll be playing through. And the hands on her knees now. Is she all right, or is she not all right? Looks like the official is awarding a free kick on this for the Braves. Right into the hands of Sarah Owen, and we'll reset play. Kayla Walker on the far side. Tapped away by Katie Ryan. She's able to pull it back into the Lander side of the field. Tapped out, far side. Nearly picked up by Emily Germstead, but broken up by Jasmine Senecal Guzman. Taking it is Monreal. Not a Vidal. Carrie George now on the far side. Has a chance, back to Monreal, getting some good touches in her first half of play today. Only 11th game she's seen action in. 2 starts on the year for the junior out of Miami, Florida. Hasn't had much, only 4 shots on goal this year. Takes it on the throw-in and pitches back to the far side for Kayla Walker. She'll try to reset the offense. Taps back across the midfield stripe on the near side for Emily Germstead. It's her against Alexis Pittman. Finds Vidal. Pittman and Rolf's trying to double team her, but can't get to her. Passing it out up top for Jordan Thomas. First time she's seen action today. Back onto the far side for Carrie George. Taking it back across midfield for Kayla Walker. Lander will reset once again. 42 minutes remaining in this second half of play. Contact on the header, but no whistles as Jordan Thomas is back up and moving the forward. As Alexis Pittman is able to put on some fancy footwork and make an attempt at opening, isn't able to find Stacy Scott. Scott looks a little frustrated, that miscommunicated pass. Picked up on the attempt by Katie Watkins, but tapped away by Lander, and they're able to set up their own play. On the near side, it's Emily Germstead. Clears it out towards the far side touchline. This will be a throw-in for Christina Rolfs. Seven shots on the day for the Braves, and contact on that one. It'll be a foul against Emily Germstead. Alexis Pittman had a good look at it. But instead, it'll be a free kick for Christina Rolfs. 6 shots on the day for Lander. 3 of them have been on goal. Braves have only been able to put 2 on goal today. All 5 have been saved by their respective keepers. Here's Rolfs. High arcing free kick. Pittman looks to head, but instead need by Scott. One-timer up high in the net for a goal! Christina Stevenson puts the Braves on top. Here in minute number 50. Braves have been putting the pressure on all day, and they finally made one count, going top rung with it. Lander will try and respond. Katie Ryan taps it out on the far side touchline. It'll be a throw in for Carrie George. They really want to turn up the tempo now, the Lander Bearcats. Chloe LaFranc takes it on the throw in. Onto the near side for Vidal. Loses the handle of it for a second, and Alexis Pittman nearly breaks up that pass on the far side to Emily Germstead. Gets it away, picked up by Carly Rochelle. Bit of a push against Stacy Scott. A lot of contact as both Scott and Landers, Brendan McCarthy hit the deck, but everything clean, no whistles. Scott still moving what seems to be a little slower than everybody else. She had a couple of open chances early on in the first half, but her speed hasn't seemed as much of the same later on in this game. Here's an opportunity towards the box. A lot of contact against Carly Rolfs, but Emily Germstead holds on to it. To the far side of the box, looks for the cross and taps it out of play. This will be a goal kick for the Braves. They announce the goal for Stevenson now. Here, minute number 51, the Braves take the 1-0 lead. Braves have not been beaten in their past 7 matches. And if this score persists, it will be number 8. A lot of motion, a lot of contact, and it'll be a free kick for the Braves as Alexis Pittman and Vidal were tangled up. We're also waiting for the all clear. She's ready to go, and she's got to replace the ball, though. Vidal got tangled up on it after the whistle was blown. Braves have been benefiting from the free kicks lately. Rolfs' last free kick set up the leading goal for Christina Stevenson. Takes it on the high bounce here, but she's not able to hold on. Vidal clears it away, picked up by Brendan McCarthy. Trying to take it across the midfield stripe against Stevenson. Instead, clears it back up out top, back into McCarthy's feet now. Looking for Vidal, instead goes closer up top to Jordan Thomas, the forward. Thomas going one-on-one with Haley Stewart. Instead, they're bouncing it around now. Trying to make an attempt at it. Kayla Walker goes for the one-timer back up towards the box. Headed off of Rolfs and headed towards the end line. Could be a corner kick. Rolfs tries to get it to the touch line, but it'll be a corner regardless. Good speedy attempt at it for Christina, but the Braves weren't able to make the play. Short corner, and the Braves tap it out at the touch line. Now it'll be a throw-in. Lander really trying to turn up the tempo. Clearly they didn't set up that corner kick the way they'd like to. Now this play nearly broken up. Alexis Pittman racing to make it, but instead it's passed away from Brendan McCarthy. Into the feet of Emily Germstead. She's taking it to the end line, trying to cross it up, but headed by Jasmine Sinico Guzman. Great play to break that up from the senior out of Montreal. Backed away, Pittman going forward at the touchline up against Emily Germstead. Pittman gets to it, tries to tap it away, and Pittman hits the deck. We've got a whistle. It's going to be another foul on Germstead, and some of the fans piping up, making their grievances known toward the officiating crew, but the whistle was blown, and Braves have the free kick regardless. Here's Rolfs once again. Shorter one, closer towards the touchline, picked up by Carly Rochelle. Trying to take it, and it's tapped out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for the Braves off of Lauren Schuba, the sophomore out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. She had only 3 matches last year. She had a goal earlier this year, but that was in the double overtime loss that Lander suffered to Wingate University and the Bulldogs back on September 9th. Crossed right up in front, one-timer doesn't go. As Katie Watkins took a little too long to set that play up. Saved by the Bearcats, and they're taking it across now. Vidal finds on the far side. Carrie George. George settles, tries to take it up, but Kate Weisner takes it away. Picked up, and she's looking to get across the midfield stripe. Little contact. She's able to find an opening and gets it to Katie Watkins in time. Watkins looks ahead for Alexis Pittman with a good clearance, and Pittman's onside with an opportunity. Sets up against Owens, and a stop. Tapped out of play. And a beautiful one from Emily Germstead for a corner kick. Pittman might have been a little gun-shy after last game. Late in the second half, she had one-on-one with the goalkeeper for Lise McRae. Stutter stepped past her, but lost control of the ball on the open net, and the Braves weren't able to score what would have been a game-winning goal. Fortunately enough, the Braves, as we mentioned, ended up picking up the game winner off Kate Weisner's leg in the 109th minute in double overtime. The corner kick comes high, nearly headed by Sinico Guzman, and an attempt from Christina Stevenson. Way too high. Stevenson with the goal earlier today. If it stands, it'll be her first game-winning goal of the season for the sophomore out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. Hannah Martin and Sarah Flores taking the pitch now for Lander. two of the key players that are definitely needed offensively for this team. Flores, the second leading goal scorer with 4. Martin, the leading goal scorer with 6. But Martin has been struggling as of late. Flores has taken the brunt of the shots as Martin has struggled, though. All 4 of her goals have come in the last 5 games. Pittman going one-on-one under the near side touchline. It's cleared away by Emily Germstead, but picked up by the Braves. Pittman gets another chance at it. Finds an opening and a whistle, a foul. It'll be a free kick. They say Pittman made a little contact on Germstead to clear herself up to make that play. So Germstead gets the throw-in. And tapped it away on the near side touchline, once again by the Braves, Christina Rolfs. So Germstead will do it again here in minute number 56. Braves looking to pick up their 10th win of the season. This one tapped out of play by Sarah Rolfs. Be a throw in for Rolfs. Headed by Stacy Scott and back out of play. So it went off the head of Stacy Scott. And Lander will take it back onto the Brave side of the field. Into the feet of Brendan McCarthy. Back to Kayla Walker. She'll try to set up, but Carly Rochelle doesn't want to give her any time. Tangles with the defensive men, and Braves come away with it. Stacy Scott getting there, but Walker gets a little hand from Carrie George, and they'll tap it back to the keeper, Sarah Owen, to really reset this Bearcats team. Owen looking on the near side for Vidal. Vidal taps it one time over to Emily Germstead. And they're going back and forth with it. Germstead has Vidal to her left side, but instead goes on to the right for Chloe LaFranc. LaFranc taps it away, picked up on the far side by Carrie George once again. George back to LaFranc, back to George. Now up top for Lauren Schuba. 2 steps to Vidal on the near side. Head to the box, going to the end line. Sarah Flores looking for the cross, but Christina Rolfs doesn't give her the option. Alexis Pittman breaks up the pass. Taps it out towards the end line, and Stacy Scott will watch it go. Brendan McCarthy will get the throw in. See McCarthy there, the freshman out of Clifton, Virginia. Tosses it in on the near side. Vidal looking up top. Finds LaFranc once again onto the far side, and Lander is going to try and reset. Lauren Schuba taking it towards the midline. Schuba, off of one pass, gets it right back. Christina Stevenson can't make a defensive play there, but has an opportunity with 2-on-1. Instead, tapped away and cleared away finally by Jasmine Senecal Guzman. Stacy Scott, 1-on-1. Pittman, an opportunity. 2-on-3 here, but Pittman has the speed. Taking it across, stutter steps, tries to go back up top and look for a cross, but can't get it. Stolen away by the Bearcats, and Lander taking it across with Vidal now. Rolfs finds Flores. Flores can't get the turnaround, and Carly Rochelle nearly picks the pocket. Finally does after a bit of a struggle. Alexis Pittman pulls it up, some contact, no whistle. And it's tapped back into the feet of Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy back to Vidal. And it's going around now to Flores. Christina Stevenson in pursuit. Gets it away to Katie Ryan. She'll clear it. Just under 32 minutes left to play here in this match. The Braves could walk away with victory number 10 on the season. Cleared right into the feet of Jasmine Senecal Guzman, but Lander gets an opportunity at it. Braves might let this one go into the hands of Gina Ryan. No, Christina Rolfs will take it herself and clear it. Right into the head of Lauren Schuba. A little contact with her and Stacy Scott as the Braves are trying to play it safe with her. No whistles, though. This one headed to the far touchline. Schuba's able to hold on. That's Carrie George, rather. This is Schuba. It's to Kayla Walker on the far side of the circle. Long crossing pass. Christina Rolfs isn't able to get a firm handle on it, and Emily Germstead has a wide opening. Goes 1-on-2, tries to get across to Sarah Flores up top. Just high for Vidal. She isn't able to get a handle on it, and Katie Ryan clears it away, trying to direct traffic. She does look a little angry out there, but the Braves making a chance at it. Picked up as Alexis Pittman wasn't able to take the pass away. Headed up top by Katie Watkins. Pittman going 1-on-2, trying to clear the ball out. Makes a push, but no whistle. A lot of contact. Finally a whistle as Pittman hits the deck. Is this going against Brendan McCarthy or Alexis? It's going against McCarthy. Braves catch a break on that one. Could have gone either way, and we've got a yellow card. First yellow card in the season for Brendan McCarthy. 7th on the year for Lander. So it'll be a free kick for UNCP. Rolfs takes it. Just a little high, too high for Katie Watkins to pick up, and the Braves will try and scramble some together. Christina Stevenson with the speed in pursuit. Tries to find Kate Weisner up top. Weisner takes it one time on the far side, and Alexis Pittman isn't able to make a play. Looks like it might have been offsides either way. It's out on the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Lander. Sun's starting to set here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium, as we're just about to enter minute number 61. Sarah Owen going to take her time with this one. And a little soft touch to Kayla Walker. She has more trust in her defenseman. Walker. One to the far side. Chloe LaFranc at the top of the circle. And making some moves now. Sarah Flores up top. A lot of movement. Tried to get it to Vidal. Intercepted by Christina Rolfs. And Braves break it up. Lander trying to get it past the midline any way they can, but the Braves aren't giving them much to work with. This is Pittman and Vidal going at it once again. Pittman, little incidental contact. No harm, no foul. Walker gets it back to Lauren Schuba. Schuba onto the far side. They're making a triangle with Walker, Schuba, and Chloe LaFranc. Trying to go for Sarah Flores. Flores can't get there in time as Seneca Guzman breaks it up. Guzman against Flores once again. Now against LaFranc. Guzman with a little bit of speed, tries to clear it away, can't get there in time, but Kate Weisner has an opportunity 1-on-2 towards the far touchline. A lot of contact. Weisner goes down, no whistle. Stays in bounds. Lander will hold on. This one tapped out far, and Jasmine Seneca Guzman heads it out of bounds. Throw in with 28:40 left to go here in this matchup. Braves trying to get on it in time. Lander really scrambling to set up some sort of play. Gina Ryan hasn't been tested yet this half. She's made 3 saves all within the first half, and that's been about it. Sarah Owen hasn't made a save this half regardless, but Christina Stevenson netted the lone goal of today's game. Walker onto the far side, bounces it off of Carrie George, and Lander's able to hold on to it. Katie Ryan going against George. Now Stacy Scott tries to make it a play against Kayla Walker, but Lander maintains possession. Brennan McCarthy trying to go in for Sarah Flores, but it's broken up by Haley Stewart. The Braves trying to hold on. This is Stacy Scott now. Finds an open Kate Weisner. Weisner takes it back across the midfield stripe. Goes onto the near side for Alexis Pittman, but that one is broken up by Emily Germstead and picked up by Sarah Owen. Owen will take the kick. Or the throw. Now on the far side, it's Hannah Martin. Hasn't gotten much of an opportunity throughout this game. Redshirted last year with injury, or rather 2 years ago. This is only her first year as a full-time starter after only scoring 1 goal in her previous 2 years with this club. Now leads the team with 6 goals, even though she hasn't done much in the past couple of games. Katie Ryan making a play at it, but it's tapped out on the far side touchline. To throw in incoming for Lander. Sarah Flores has it. 1-on-1 with Ryan and back out of bounds. Quick throw in for Flores against LaFranc. LaFranc trying to find Flores once again, but the Braves are able to take it away. Kate Weisner can't get it against Marie Druno. We've got whistles on that throw-in, so we'll just do it again. Here in minute number 64. Braves double-teaming a lot on defense now as Weisner's able to take it away, but it's picked right back up by Lander, and it'll be Brennan McCarthy getting it to Vidal on the near side. Pittman in pursuit alongside Katie Watkins. Vidal takes it back out up top for Lauren Schuba. Scott gets there, but Schuba clears it back to Kayla Walker. Walker looking for someone, scanning, finds on the far side Marie Druno. Back to Walker. Walker with the fancy footwork, but can't get anything across Carly Rochelle. Finds Sarah Flores finally. Braves trying to intercept the pass, can't. Hannah Martin, dangerous forward for this team. Alexis Pittman getting away on the clearance though. Tries to find an open lane to Stacy Scott, can't. The pass intercepted, and Kayla Walker has it again. Just over 25 minutes left to go in this match, headed by Christina Rolfs. Nearly broken up there by Katie Watkins, but picked up. On the far side, Hannah Martin. Up top, Sarah Flores. Pocket picked by the Braves. Watkins trying to take it away. Vidal. Nutmegs right there, the true freshman, Pittman, but she's able to pull it away from the touchline. She's got 1-on-2, an open break. Tries to pull out the corner kick, but it's headed out towards the touchline instead. It'll be a throw-in for UNCP. Good attempted play from Watkins. The angle just wasn't right. Out comes Christina Rolfs to attempt the throw-in. Watkins is there to meet her. Rolfs gets it to Scott. As we've said, Scott coming off an injury she sustained in the game against Lenora Ryan. Could be on a minutes allowance and could be taking things a little bit softer as that one heads out on the near side touchline for a Lander throw-in. Here's Emily Germstead. Headed by Vidal, headed again for the Braves by Katie Watkins, but cleared away. Brendan McCarthy trying to find an opening. Katie Ryan keeps it in play. Kate Weisner can't get there. Here's Christina Stevenson. Gets a foot on it, but picked right back up by Lander and the Bearcats. Here's Kayla Walker. Going back and forth with it. Marie Druno clears it away. Back out up top, picked up by Seneca Guzman. To the midfield stripe and tries to tap it ahead for Stacy Scott, much too far and into the hands of Sarah Owen. Owen slides it ahead for her main defenseman, Kayla Walker. Walker, top of the circle now, trying to find Vidal at the bottom, but the pass intercepted by Alexis Pittman sets it up for Katie Watkins. Watkins right back to Pittman. Pittman has an opening with Scott in front. Scott onside. Holds it in, keeping it slow, looking for the cross, goes high with it, but nobody's home. Kate Weisner in pursuit to the far side touchline. She gets there in time, tries to cross it back up for Alexis Pittman. Too high for the header. Stacy Scott not there in time. And Sarah Owen rushes up to haul the ball in. As we've said, might be a light workload overall from Stacy Scott. If she was going 100% on that play, she could have gotten there in time for a potential one-timer at the goal. Regardless, though, a 1-0 lead for the Braves here in minute number 68 at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. Foot race between Rolfs and Flores. Flores wins it, taps it away, looking for the cross. Has an opportunity up front with Vidal, but tapped away by Jasmine Seneca Guzman. 22-28 remaining in this match. Hitting the deck is Carly Rochelle. Vidal taking it, but intercepted by Christina Stevenson. Stevenson hits it into the gut of Vidal, headed by Jasmine Seneca Guzman. Flores gets it off the cross and taps it right into the hands of Gina Ryan. Double-digit shots for the Braves. Only 7 on the day for Lander. We've got our 1-0 score. Scott takes it out of the air on the goal kick. Trying to find an opening for Alexis Pittman. Pittman still on sides currently and goes across with it, but not at a proper enough angle. Picked up on the pass by Emily Germstead. Intercepted back into the foot of Christina Rolfs, and she takes it out on the near side touchline. Thrown in for Lander. Here's Vidal. Tapper on the near side for Chloe LaFranc. And they get it back out to Sarah Flores. Little looping kick picked up by Hannah Martin. Flores and Martin, a deadly duo on this squadron. The Braves have been able to hold them steady through most of the game, but it looks like they're threatening here. Flores crossing up Rolfs, looking for Martin. Headed up top, though. The Braves nearly able to clear. Seneca Guzman gets it away and finds Katie Watkins, who makes the clearance. Kate Weisner can't get there in time, and this ball remains in play for Lander. Seneca Guzman finally gets it away. Braves a much better chance here. Picked up by Kayla Walker. Out to the far side touchline, and a substitution incoming for UNC Pembroke. Looks like it'll be Riley Searing once again. Coming in with the green penny. They initially signaled substitution, but the officials are saying no, that didn't go out on the far side touchline. They're actually saying that was a foul. So the ball remains in play. Looking for Sarah Flores. Seneca Guzman chests it away, and Braves are able to make an attempt at it after Carly Rochelle breaks that one up. Alexis Pittman putting her body into it, clears the ball away, and Braves a chance to set back up here as Katie Watkins is going to go one-on-one with Vidal. Vidal settles, finds an opening on the near side for Chloe LaFranc. LaFranc passes it around onto the far side now, top of the key for Emily Germstead. Nearly broken up by Seneca Guzman, but finds Sarah Flores at the corner of the box. Katie Ryan not giving her much room to breathe. Clearing it away, and we've got a whistle as Ryan, or no, that's not Ryan, that's Carly Rochelle. Or Kate Weisner, pardon me, is on the deck. She's up and moving now. As we've reached the final 20 minutes of play here in this matchup. It's a free kick regardless on the foul for UNCP. And Katie Ryan will be the one to take it. On the far side, here's Flores, but no, breaking up by Seneca Guzman. Flores turns on the Jets. Guzman to the far side touchline, tries to clear it, finds Stacy Scott, who's onside. She pulls up the speed, has an opening, looking for the cross with Pittman, but cleared out to the far side and tapped out of play off of Lander. It'll be a corner kick for the Braves as we finally have the opportunity for this substitution now with Riley Searing, and she'll give Stacy Scott a breather. That'll be a point of emphasis from head coach Lars Anderson once this game is over on what sort of minute allowance he was giving Stacy Scott, and clearly has faith in Riley Searing. 19 shots on the year for the true freshman out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Let's see what this corner kick brings. Christina Stevenson keeps it low, but right into the hands of Sarah Owen. Good play from the freshman goalkeeper. Hasn't had to turn much away in this half, but the Braves have netted once on her behalf. Christina Stevenson currently slated to pick up her first game-winning goal of the season. Kayla Walker with Pittman in pursuit. Clears it ahead, but it's picked up for the Braves by Haley Stewart. Finds Christina Rolfs. Rolfs taps it ahead, looking for Carly Rochelle. Header for Alexis Pittman, one-on-one. Pittman onside, or no, offside. One official looked ready to go, but the other said no once Alexis had gained control on that one. So it'll be a free kick for Kayla Walker. Looking for Sarah Flores, but too high. Jasmine Seneca Guzman is there and sets the screen for Gina Ryan to pull that one in and save a one-on-one with the deadly goal scorer. The sophomore goalkeeper boots it away. Attempted header doesn't go, but Marie Druno puts it in favor of the Braves. Alexis Pittman trying to turn on the Jets up against Brennan McCarthy, but can't get there in time as McCarthy slides it out across the far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Braves and Katie Ryan. Ryan with the throw-in, finds Pittman, but this one out on Pittman. Throw in for Lander. Minute number 74 of this matchup. So Lauren Schuba now into the game, or no, not Lauren Schuba, that's Hannah Sinner. Former high school teammate of goalkeeper Sarah Owen. The sophomore out of Lake Wells, Florida, is taking out Sarah Flores. A lot of contact on that inbounds. Cleared away, but picked up by Seneca Guzman. Brings it back into play for the Braves, and unable to get there is Riley Searing. Said it's picked up by Katie Watkins off the header. Taps it up high, but right into a pair of Bearcats. Searing trying to get there, heads it in for Pittman. Pittman settles, Tries to find an opening, can't get there in time though as Carly Rochelle, and Bearcats cleared away slightly. Kate Weisner trying to set it up. One times it for Pittman, who's on sides, but right into the hands of the keeper. Owen not wasting any time, just over 15 minutes left to play, and Lander getting more and more desperate as they would attempt to send this game into an extra period. Foul on Katie Ryan on that one as hitting the deck was Carrie George. So the free kick from Kayla Walker sails high and heads to the far side end line. Looking for Emily Germstead on that. The sophomore has yet to have a goal this season, but either way, doesn't pressure Gina too much. Hasn't had to turn a single shot away this half. So we're now on minute number 76. Lars Anderson here on Military Appreciation Night. Repping the colors with the festive Military Appreciation shirt. They presented the colors, the UNCP ROTC, prior to today's matchup. And Anderson, a former vet in his home country of Sweden, served in the military. Talks about it at length multiple times. Just, that man's lived a life. Braves make an attempt at it here and cleared away for UNCP by Katie Watkins. Sarah Owens trying to really make that one close, and she was able to clear it away in the foot race. It's Pittman and Kate Weisner both in pursuit on that one, but Riley Searing is going to make another attempt here. A lot of contact and a whistle as a little too hard of a screen set by Brennan McCarthy, and the Braves will have the free kick from only about 30 yards outside the box. It'll be Christina Rolfs to take it. Her defenseman behind her, and the defenseman will have a good chance here. Junior out of Concord, North Carolina. Doesn't have an assist so far this year. Boy, would she like one right now. Sails it high, but just a little short. Headed by Pittman, and Lander's going to take it away. Carrie George finds an opening and gets it to Vidal. Katie Ryan in pursuit, though, not giving her any room. Emily Germstead on it. Germstead looking for George. Gets it to her on the right side. Top of the box. Taps it back up top now. Kayla Walker. Right into the legs of Jasmine Sinico-Guzman. Headed up top by Brennan McCarthy, who was just tagged for that foul and that free kick. Braves unable to convert on anything, though. Marie Druno taps it ahead. Jasmine Sinico-Guzman putting on the pressure against Hannah Martin, the leading goal scorer out of Irmo, South Carolina. Sinico-Guzman doing it all now, getting over to the end line to clear this one away. And picked up by Kayla Walker at the corner of the box. In pursuit is Kate Weisner, doesn't get there in time. Christina Stevenson trying to go one-on-one with Hannah Martin. And the Braves double-teaming now. Katie Ryan putting the pressure on. Martin towards the end line, maybe looking for a corner kick. Little push from Katie Ryan, no whistle. That one kept in play and picked up on the far side by Chloe LaFranc. Looking for the cross. Kate Weisner taps it back towards the far side touchline. But LaFranc keeping it in play. Here's Druno clearing it up ahead, headed by Christina Stevenson at the top of the box. This is Vidal looking to reset now. They find an opening and tap it back to the near side for Brennan McCarthy. It's her against Katie Watkins. Instead finds an opening now on the near side, top of the box for Emily Germstead, who sails it high. Braves come away with a good break after a flurry of attempts towards the goal, but Gina Ryan still didn't really have to make much of an attempt. Stacy Scott will be rejoining the game alongside Courtney Boger, senior out of Mooresville, North Carolina. As we come up on the final 10 minutes, it appears head coach Lars Anderson a little more comfortable bringing in his star player for the remainder of this match. Goal kick from Gina Ryan. Braves just able to pick it up, but Kate Weisner isn't able to clear it away. It'll be a foul and a free kick incoming for UNCP. Brendan McCarthy, the perpetrator, that's her third on the day now. As Katie Ryan will set this one up. Above the box, about 10 yards out of the midfield stripe. And the free kick. Looking for Stevenson, can't find her. Vidal clears it. Headed away by Kayla Walker, and Lander trying to make a run at it. Stevenson trying to turn on the Jets, can't get there in time, but instead the Braves will get there with Haley Stewart. Stewart to the near side touchline. It's out of bounds off of Lander. We'll also get the throw in. Looking ahead of Boger for Stacy Scott, and it's on the near side touchline. Making an attempt at it is Brendan McCarthy, trying to make a request known that one was already headed to the touchline before she even made contact. Either way, it'll be a throw-in for Rolfs. Steps on it, looks for Scott once again. Scott heads it up top, and her best friend Christina Stevenson not able to get there in time. Rolfs breaks up this pass, and she'll look to bring it back in. Off of Lander once again, and this one out of play. Another throw in from the same spot for the defenseman. Looking for Weisner on the run, or rather Carly Rochelle towards the end line with the cross to Stacy Scott at the top of the box. Tries to settle and go for the far side post, but it's just a little wide left, and Sarah Owen will take the free kick. No, the goal kick, rather. Wonderful ROTC here for Military Appreciation Night. Our fine servicemen just did the wave off camera. Unfortunately, you missed that. It's always fun. Jasmine Sinico-Guzman with the header as we get back into play now. Braves in the 81st minute trying to close this up and take their unbeaten streak to 8 straight games now. Currently the second longest in the Peach Belt Conference, right behind Flagler, who has gone this whole season without being beaten. 11 wins, no losses, and 2 draws, one of them against this very same Braves team, here on this very same field. Hard one-timer right into the chest of Gina Ryan, and the Braves probably start thinking about slowing things down as the sophomore keeper is clearly taking her time. Getting up on minute number 82 of this matchup, and Ryan bumps it away. Picked up off the chest of Brendan McCarthy and brought back in for Lander. Christina Stevenson looks for a slow clearance. Kate Weisner isn't able to get there in time. Contact between her and Marie Druno. Weisner holds on and blows a tire. Loses her footing entirely, and it's stolen by Lander. On to the far side goes Emily Germstead. One-on-one with Jasmine Sinico-Guzman. In there is Weisner, but passed away and reset by the Bearcats. On to the near side for Vidal. Bottom of the circle now. Midway for Carrie George. On to the far side they look. Find Chloe LaFranc. Really trying to diversify this offense and keep the Braves on their toes, but UNCP is doing one heck of a job. Hannah Martin can't get a foot on it there. It's cleared away by the team in white and gold. And brought back out. Hannah Sinner, the sophomore, former high school teammate of the goalkeeper Sarah Owen. Sinner's sister Macy is also on this team, and as we said earlier, Macy hasn't gotten much playing time, or rather any playing time at all this season, as this one heads to the far side touchline and tapped out of bounds by Lander off the foot of Katie Ryan. Good play from the defenseman, and she'll get the throw in. Looking for Kate Weisner just over her head, and this one back out of bounds. Should be a throw in for Lander. Looked to be nobody got a handle on that. Missing the foot there, and Carly Rochelle is able to get a handle on it, but Lander keeps possession. Stutter step on the far side from Kayla Walker, and head to the far side end line. Jasmine Sinico-Guzman will let it go, set a screen, and get the goal kick. Head coach Chris Ayer in his 12th season for Lander, the winningest coach. After being a part of this team since graduating in Lipscomb University in 1999, spent 5 years as the women's coach at Coker College. Interesting thing about his time at Coker, during those 5 years he was the women's coach. After his first year, they made him the men's coach as well. Gaffer for both teams for 4 years. Picked up his 100th win this season and the season-opening victory on the road in Newberry, South Carolina against the Newberry Wolves. Fine gentleman on the opposite side of the field from the Braves manager, Lars Anderson. This one out on the near side touchline. The Braves will get the throw in. Minute number 84 as the Braves look to take the unbeaten streak to 8 games, pick up their 10th win of the season for only the 11th time in school history. And that one thrown out on the near side touchline, they'll say that no one touched it, so it'll be a throw in for Lander. Wind has died down in this one, so it could just be something on Rolfs. Vidal finding up top. Gets it ahead to Hannah Sinner. Sinner looking ahead as Marie Druno just clears it away with Carly Rochelle in pursuit. Midfield stripe now. Vidal takes it on the run. One-on-one against Courtney Boger. Boger picks the pocket. Tries to find an opening to clear it away, but instead gets it right back to Carly Rochelle, and Rochelle taps it right back into the feet of Vidal. Vidal finds an opening to find Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy, a hard one up top. Looking for Kayla Walker, but sails over her head, and now it's a foot race between Emily Germstead and Katie Ryan. Ryan goes down hard. A foul, Ryan holding her right leg as the athletic training staff was at the ready alongside head coach Lars Anderson, but Ryan's up and moving. The sturdy sophomore, only 5'7", alongside her sister. For as good of a goalkeeping and defensive pair as they are, their size is surprising here in this conference. Free kick sent away to Stacy Scott. Braves with an opportunity now at the top of the box. Headed up top by Katie Watkins and cleared away by Lander. Final 5 minutes of this matchup. Braves can close it out here. One more netter and we can start to pack things up. Scrum for it at the bottom of the circle. Picked up for Lander by Brennan McCarthy. Clearing it away up top now for Chloe Lafranc, the true freshman out of Nantes, France. One of 2 French players on this team. Alongside her and Juliette Vidal. Vidal out of Lille. 4:23 left to go in this game. Another throw in for Ryan. Right into the head of Vidal. Finds an opening. Far side. Top of the box. The cross is on sides. For Carrie George. Tries to save it at the far side end line and tried to pull up a corner kick, but just escaping the play is Jasmine Cynical Guzman. And it's cleared out to the near side touchline for a throw in from Lander. They're starting to get a little desperate and pick up the speed now. Brendan McCarthy with the throw in. Picked up by George. Nearly tapped to Vidal, but cleared by Carly Rochelle. Does the roll keep it in bounds? It does. Close break for the Braves. That one nearly went out on the far side, or the near side touchline. Carly Rochelle making a break for it. Kayla Walker gets a tap on it, but Rochelle is able to pull it away. Marie Druno and Kate Weisner going one-on-one. Onto the far side now. Towards the end line. Weisner looking for the cross. Can't find it. Looks now. It's a little too high. Unfortunate for Katie Watkins. Her and Vidal are not the right ones to go toe-to-toe on that one. In pursuit towards the near side touchline. Just in time, Courtney Boger. What a play to keep that one in favor of the Braves. Lander able to take it away, though. This one cleared away. Christina Rolfs in pursuit against Carrie George, and Rolfs easily makes it there in time, clears it back towards the midfield stripe. Vidal, one-on-one, taps it past Katie Walker, or Watkins, and Rolfs clears it away. Kayla Walker now. Walker, middle of the circle. One-on-one with Carly Rochelle. 88th minute here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. Cynical Guzman watching it go to the far side touchline, tries to keep it in play, does. Picked up by Lander, though. Here's Watkins. Slow clear. Might have gotten part of her shin on that one, but just kept in bounds by the Braves. Stacy Scott in pursuit. Can't get there in time. Hannah Sinner back onto the Brave side of the field. Watkins, Ryan trying to put the pressure on, but Lander able to keep it in play. Cynical Guzman with the clearance, but it's well out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in towards the scores table for UNCP as Alexis Pittman is looking to rejoin this game. Wrapping up the 88th minute here, Lander getting desperate. Braves looking to pick up win number 10. And Pittman would be the one to do it. After struggling in the late second half last game, picking up the game-winning assist on the cross to Kate Weisner in double overtime, boy, would it be something for UNCP. Either way, the game-winning goal currently attributed to Christina Stevenson if the current box remains. 89th minute now. Christina Stevenson goes down. Might have lost her own footing there, but we have a whistle, and they're saying it was a trip. So the Braves get the free kick. Katie Ryan will be taking her sweet time. Clock on your screen, just a little off pace. We're resyncing it now, no worries. As Ryan takes the free kick. Heads it up high, and on a good pace from Katie Watkins. Alexis Pittman in pursuit, but Sarah Owen there in time. And with the sense of urgency she has, rolls it out on the near side of Vidal. Took a second for Lander to remember how much time was left. That one tapped out on the near side touchline by Lander. The Braves will have the throw in. Carrie George and Christina Rolfs were going head-to-head. Rolfs got the better. Rolfs finds Scott. Scott will take it out on the near side touchline herself just to save a little time. She definitely looks a little more tired than usual, but that's understandable coming off of her injury. Braves looking to burn as much time as they can as we're in the final minute of play, number 90. Lander with the throw-in now. Braves just want it to head out of bounds as much as possible. Cleared away. Braves get a chance here with Haley Stewart. Back up to the top of the box, and they'll give it to Sarah Owen for the kick. Final 30 seconds of play right now. Nearly picked up by Christina Stevenson. Can't get a foot on it. They're looking for Sarah Flores. Carrie George now instead. Up top for Emily Germstead. Picked up by Kate Weisner. An attempt to clear with 15 seconds remaining. Weisner going 2-on-1. Hits the deck, and that one out of bounds off of Lander. Chloe LaFranc was looking for someone, but kicked it into her own teammate. And Lander has given up. 4 seconds remaining. The Braves pick up another W. Their 10th win of the season, the 11th time in school history the Braves have picked up double-digit wins in another crucial Peach Belt Conference victory here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. 1-0 today's final as the Braves pick up the W against the Lander University Bearcats. Braves are now 10-3-1 on the overall season, 5-1-1 in the Peach Belt Conference. They're 5-1-1 here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium as well. Their lone loss this year coming in the season opening match against Limestone College. That was a heck of a game, as you see Lars Anderson showing his sportsmanship and congratulating the other team. Lander drops to 7-6-0 on the season, 3-6-0 in Peach Belt Conference play. They're 2-4 when they're not at home, and that's a tough one to swallow. The Braves could potentially leapfrog over Northern Georgia following any sort of loss that North Georgia will suffer today. Regardless, the Braves will head on the road to face North Georgia in just 2 days with a 3 p.m. kickoff. That's October 21st on the road at North Georgia. The Braves could potentially leapfrog into the third place spot in the Peach Belt Conference. They'd still be behind Flagler and Columbus State. So there's a lot to look forward to the Braves. We'll still, regardless, have 2 more broadcasts here on the UNCP Sports Network. October 25th against USC Aiken, and October 28th against Young Harris, and then a potential Peach Belt Conference Tournament quarterfinal. Those quarterfinal games start on Halloween, October 31st, and whatever's announced, we'll see what we can get you. Check out UNCP Sports or UNCPBraves.com or UNCP_sports on Twitter to follow along with latest updates for Braves soccer. That's going to do it for us here on the UNCP Sports Network. For our phenomenal crew, my producer Trevor Williams, this has been Matt Sabata saying thank you all so much for joining us on this fine evening. Braves defeat the Lander Bearcats 1-0 this evening, and we'll see you next time right here on the UNCP Sports Network.